Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gift Since 92, giving the exclusive and latest content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, the Queen. It's back out again. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Rant. So sit back and enjoy this video. So, this Iggy Azalea and T.I. situation is annoying, but at the same time, I'm going to express my thoughts and opinions of this, and I'm going to be honest and blunt. So, T.I. has expressed his feelings about Iggy Azalea as of lately, and he said that Iggy Azalea, she switched up when she found out white people liked her, and he also said that he felt like, she abandoned black people, her supporters. He feels like she didn't need black people to support her anymore. Let me pull up exactly what he said. Okay, so he said, I got this article from Yahoo Entertainment. So he got on the Breakfast Club and he said, I feel like when she found out white people liked her and she didn't really need black people to like her anymore, she switched up, T.I. said. Started acting different, made moves that I wasn't proud of. He continued, that kind of put my reputation in the line of fire. Okay. This is his opinion, but I disagree. And he's also contradicting himself, because I just feel like, looking at the bigger picture, I have to say this. Iggy Azalea, her music career has been like ups and downs. And I have followed Iggy Azalea. I do like Iggy Azalea. I do like her music. I've always thought she was a dope artist. I felt like, her talent, speaks for itself. Because I followed Iggy Azalea ever since I was in PG, community college. So that was like, almost 10 years ago. So 10 years later, flash forward, Iggy Azalea has made a name for herself. She is a household name as a rapper. She does, make pretty good catchy music. Some people like her, that's fine. And some people don't like her, that's fine too. So she's like 50-50 mixed reviews. I just find it very funny that this whole thing about her switching up, when she found out like white people liked her and she felt like she didn't need black people anymore to support her. Now here's the thing. The way how Iggy's image, and especially, like I said, in her place of hip-hop and rap, of course, people have underestimated her. People have thought, like, oh, she's just some white girl, they trying to make money off of, the music is trying to make money off of her, making music, she's just like a fad, she's like a token, pretty much. This is what, people, their opinions. And like I said, I could see their perspective in some ways, but I think that I disagree, because it's just more than that. You gotta look at the bigger picture, because really, Iggy came from Australia, right? Because she have loved her, she loved music, like hip hop. I remember interviews, she said like she loves like the culture, she loved like 50 Cent, she was listening to him and Missy Elliott and other like, artists doing hip hop. So she have always wanted to do music. And I believe like is Iggy's passion for music that really fueled her like interest in like making music, finding a lane for herself, making sure she get with the right people to promote her as an artist and being able to express herself creatively and freely. So it's like when T.I., like I said, took interest in her, working with her, he saw something in her talent, and he made a choice to work with her. Like I said, he made a choice. He didn't have to work with her. It wasn't like, he had to work with her, but he wanted to, because, he did like her talent, And like I said, I've been following, Iggy Azalea and T.I.'s careers, like I said, because I do buy their music. And so, like I said, Iggy Azalea, she was working on her music, and then, like I said, working with like different producers, being able to, make her mark and lane in music, and of course, like in hip hop and R&B. Because really, like I said, female rappers, like I said, she was, doing her thing as well. Because I remember listening to her, like her underground mixtape, Ignorant Art. That was a really dope mixtape, and she made some other mixtapes as well. So, like I said, she did, make pretty catchy, good music. And I know the new classic, that was her debut album. I feel like that debut album of hers is really good. It's really solid. And Iggy Azalea's sound, I like the sound of like, you know, even that mainstream like hip hop, rap, and pop, and everything else. So she did have a sound that really people knew who she was as an artist at the time. Okay, so her sound was like more like mixture of like pop, hip hop, and other sounds too. Because the new classic, I think that album really did lift up to her as an artist, because people who have followed Iggy Azalea, like the fans such as myself, I know about like her artistry and like her underground mixtape days, even way before she got an opportunity, to work with like big names in hip hop, and have her moment, sorry, excuse me, and have her, the ability to showcase her talent and what she has to offer, period. So it's like this, in T.I.'s case, I just feel like this, she started acting different after she switched up. Well, artists gonna grow and artists are going to evolve. And like I said, I understand, like I said, when artists do hip hop and R&B, they do, like I said, have to depend on black supporters to support them. Also, I feel like I said, for the black people that support, any artist, period, whether, regardless of what genre, regardless of what music they do, you're going to have black supporters, okay? And that's cool. If you don't have black supporters that don't listen to your music, that don't rock with you as an artist, that's fine too. But my thing is, I wish people, because T.I., he's contradicting in a lot of ways, and I just feel like sometimes he sounds intellectual, because like I said, he is intellectual in some ways, but he is misogynist in ways, and he just be talking out his behind. And with Iggy's case, like I said, even after her debut album, New Classic, I've noticed like she was trying to live up to, her, status and, music with her sophomore album. And it was going to be called Digital Distortion. But then she was going through things, with like the music, business, label change and all of that. So I'm sure, of course, that did affect her and T.I.'s relationship. So when he said that, she made moves that I didn't agree with, that's fine. He has the right to his opinion. But I feel like in Iggy's case, she had to, really fight for her art and her career, and really like revamp her career. She had to really like, okay, things are going downhill for me. So like I said, I had to go back to the drawing board, and then I have to really like figure out, okay, what should I do next? How I'm going to get my career back on the map. So it's like, I just feel like it's a little bit misogyny here. And T.I. is pretty much, he pretty much is saying like, Iggy Azalea basically like abandoned the sound. She abandoned her like sound, like, because really the way how she was marketing, the way, she was marketing like that hip hop, like, hip hop, trap, R&B sound. And she did make pretty good music. I did think that sound really did, was her, it was authentic, so it was part of her artistry. But I feel like Iggy, she wanted to also tap into different sounds as well with her music. So that thing about, well, when she switched up, and white people liked her, like I said, regardless, hell, whoever liked her freaking music, it was what it was, Whoever liked her music, if they liked her music, they liked her music. They didn't, they didn't. And I just feel like I hate when people, it's kind of like, for me, looking at how the climate of music is changing and listening to different artists, I just feel like we can't put these artists in a box. We really can't. And don't really depend and don't spend so much time trying to over like with these high expectations, like put them on a pedestal to the point where it's like really when you gain a fan base as an artist, if people like your music, especially the demographic that you're marketing to, whoever likes your music, black, white, Asian, mixed, whatever, they gonna like your music and they gonna support you. I mean, Iggy has fans. She has a pretty much diverse fan base. So I feel like she got black supporters, she got a little bit of everything, and she got like white supporters as well. So as Iggy's fan base started to get more diverse, I feel like with that statement saying what T.I. said, like, oh well, when she switched up, when she found out white people liked her, and then she abandoned the black supporters. I'm like, I don't see it that way. I really don't. Because what T.I. is pretty much painting a picture of like her, he's pretty much saying that really, she was like ungrateful, for like, because, being around different, being around like even artists like himself who are black, kind of like, oh, well, she's like kind of ungrateful, or like, she just, didn't, I don't know, it's kind of like this. He felt like she just didn't really, kind of like a loyalty thing in a way, but I feel like it's some bullshit because I'm like this. You know what? At this day and age, I feel like the music business is shady and it's crooked. And T.I., he's showing himself too, because I feel like, hey, if T.I. really felt how he felt too at the time, because he feel how he feels, okay? Because we already know how T.I. rolls. He gonna speak his mind. But I think that behind the scenes, because he could have like reached out to her, he could have contacted her behind the scenes, and stuff like that. And you know what she did? Iggy did vocally. She did speak out and said how she felt, and she was saying like telling her side, how she said, she didn't appreciate how he's coming at her any kind of way, because it's like, he did like help her behind the scenes, but he wasn't like as really like proactive. Like he wasn't, behind the scenes like the creative direction. Like I said, her creative team of who she is as an artist. He did play a role in it some way, but not a whole lot, because she went off on him. She went off on social media. So like I said, in Iggy's defense, she does have the right to speak out and stand up for herself, and I respect that, because you do have to stand for yourself, because you're going to have people that are going to try to be shady and slick, and they're going to try very hard to paint a dirty picture about you, but it's like you got to stand on your own 2 feet, and don't let nobody defame your character. Don't let nobody tear you down, bring you down, because with this situation, it's like this. Iggy pretty much, like I said, she came back swinging with her new music, her new album. She came out with this new album, her sophomore project, because she's changed the title from Digital Distortion to In My Defense. Now, I haven't listened to the album yet, but I will check it out and I will do an album review. But like I said, I feel like in this case, really it's like, I feel like T.I., he just, the way how he does things too, I don't agree with. And also he always like to inject himself in other people's business. He loves to just be an a-hole at times, and I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. You gotta pick and choose your battles wisely, and I think that T.I. pretty much, he's kind of making a fool of himself, because I just feel like, okay, why can't you, like, some things, like I said, are better left unsaid, and being professional, because I think that, especially nowadays, interviews and all this, it's just garbage nowadays. It's like, I wish some things are better left unsaid. You don't have to spill all your business. You don't have to, like, even though when you disagree with somebody, you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to tell a whole bunch of people what's going on in your personal life, because you don't owe nobody nothing. But like I said, in T.I.'s case, I feel like T.I. has to always, he feels like he has to be vocal about everything. I mean, hell, he be vocal about I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna say the things that he said before, but he's so vocal about everything. It's like he has to be like, okay, I gotta speak my mind. There's nothing wrong with that, but in life, you gotta know it's okay to, fall back. It's okay to say, you look at a situation, say, you know what, I'm not gonna speak on this. I don't have to talk about this. I don't have to comment on this. You have rights. You don't have to like speak on everything. You keep it to yourself. You handle your business behind closed doors, your personal life. And it is, like I said, in a way, it's kind of like this in Iggy's defense. I do have respect for Iggy Azalea standing up for herself because she pretty much had really struggled after her debut album. She struggled to live up to, her artistry. And she was trying, like I said, even behind the scenes, like I said, she was going through like issues with like the record label and stuff. So really all of that did take a toll on her. So that's why she's an independent artist now. So that's great. She can put out any kind of music she wants to make. She can, be creative. Because behind the scenes, she was fighting for her artistry. She wanted to, really try different things with her music. Instead of just being in one box. Instead of just being in like just one element. She wanted to take a lot within and be like, you know what, I can push my artistry to another level. So like I said, it is what it is. People, I don't know, like I said, I just feel like, I'm just tired of like this, well, I guess this disagreement, but it is what it is, and I feel like I said, on both sides of parties, I see people's perspective, and I'm just looking at the bigger picture. But like I said, I've always been vocal about this. We gotta let these artists be themselves, and also any fan base that they gain, the fans that support you from different walks of life, they do support you, keep them. Be grateful. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Asian. I'm just saying. But I do understand from T.I.'s perspective how he felt like, for her coming into like the music scene, dominating hip hop. She was doing hip hop music. She was doing that kind of music as well. Being around him, and he did mentor her like a protege. So of course, credit where it's due. Because I don't want nobody coming up here and be like, no, credit where it's due. But I just feel like, yeah, I understand from his perspective. He kind of felt like there's loyalty there. But I feel like I said, for artists, like I said, make any kind of music that you want to make, and whatever your fan base, you build your fan base from the ground up. You network the right way. You made good business decisions, and like I said, no one to fall back. But overall, like I said, I understand, Iggy Azalea's frustration with T.I., kind of in the way he is kind of like, slandering her in the way he is. If people don't see that, that's fine. That's your opinion. You have the right to disagree with me, and it is what it is. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this video? Any Iggy Azalea fans, comment down below. Any T.I. fans, comment down below. And it's okay to have an open discussion, So yeah, so don't be afraid to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to hit that notification bell. And as always, stay tuned next episode. Get Since 92, Dragon Ball Z, narrator reference. Peace. Bye-bye. This Super Saiyan is out.